Good evening, USFFL. We are ready to go. We've got some action for you tonight. A really good game. Only 6 teams left in the USFFL that have one loss on the register. 6 teams that have only one loss. 2 of those teams are going to be head-to-head for us tonight. It's going to be the Chicago Bears, 8-1 at home, facing the Green Bay Packers, who are coming in 8-1. It's going to be a battle for the NFC North lead. So let's go ahead and get this one started, shall we? All right, welcome back. Let's go ahead and give me a second here to pull the game up. Game number was just posted a moment ago. Very excited to see this game. Let's go ahead and get me off the screen, get you the actual game screen. Should be popping up any second for us here. Well, so far nothing. Oh, nope. I can see they're saying good luck. So they're talking to one another. I'm in the right place at the right time. We should be good to go. If you want to go in the USFFL way back machine, back in week number 1, the Chicago Bears lost at home to the Tennessee Titans. The Green Bay Packers lost as well in week 1 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Neither team has lost since. The Packers and Bears both on an 8-game win streak coming into this game, 8-1, battling for the division lead. Packers have the ball first. They begin from their own 30-yard line. They'll start in a 2 tight end set. Josh Jacobs is the tailback, and here's a handoff to him. Inside run and just a yard. That went on the defensive card. It was looking for a blocking back. And in a 2 tight end set, there was none, just a yard. 2nd and 9. Safety up close, showing blitz now for the Bears. It's Kevin Byard. Out of a 4-3. Love back to pass. Here's a quick one over the middle to his tailback. Little look into Josh Jacobs, and it's going to get 5. And that'll make it 3rd down and 4. Green Bay from their 36. Still out of a 2-10 set, 2 tight end set. It's a handoff on 3rd and 4 off tackle. Jacobs pounds through the right side and gets just enough for a first down. Got 5 yards on 3rd and 4, moves the sticks. Packers 1st and 10 at their own 41. Packers are coached by our software admin, Scott Mueller. It's his emails you get weekly with the new file information. First down pass again. Let her look in right over the middle to Josh Jacobs, and he busts past the linebacker and picks up some additional yardage. Gain of 9 on the play. Jacobs getting that on his flat pass right column. 2nd down and 1 right at midfield. Still two tight end formation. Another handoff to the right side. Josh Jacobs, and he's got good yardage again, all the way down to the 43. It's going to be a gain of 7. Brought down by Tremaine Edmonds. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Green Bay safety Xavier McKinney is out for this game and will be again 1 week later. For the Bears, it's Roschon Johnson who's out with an injury. Johnson, a backup halfback. Still waiting on a play call here. Hoping we haven't had a disconnect. But it appears we have. So give me a second here. Either they've disconnected or I have. So take me just a moment. We'll try to get back in. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe they are having connection issues. Let's see. Let's make it simple for those who would rather just follow along visually to see if we're back up again or not. We'll just put the delay banner up there for the tech delay for however long it takes me to get us back into this game. Let's try one more time to connect, I think, before we send that. Actually, before we do that, all right, looks good. There it is. They do have a new game number. I thought that needed to be the case. All right, so that should help us get back up just momentarily here. For those still listening to the audio, we're about to come back into our big game. And here we are. Packers picking it right back up where we left off. 1st and 10 at the 43 of Chicago. Jordan Love back to pass. Looks short and actually going to be a dead ball foul against the offense. Back the Packers up. It's 1st and 15 now. We mentioned the Packers are coached by software admin Scott Mueller. The Chicago Bears are coached by Mike Martin, having one hell of a season. We'll get a little more into that here in a bit. 2 tight end offense again for the Packers. Safety up close, showing blitz for the Bears. Handoff left side off tackle, Josh Jacobs, and he gets just a couple. Left tackle Ben Sims couldn't spring the run block. So 2nd and 13 now. At the Bears 46, Love's out of the shotgun. Jacobs is out. He's got Emmanuel Wilson at tailback beside him. Bears are in a nickel. And right back to the run game, pounding up the middle. Emmanuel Wilson, just a couple. 2 yards for him. So the Bears defense doing good against a couple run calls, and it sets up 3rd and long. 3rd and 11 at the Chicago 44. Packers kicker Brandon McManus, deep range, is out to the 38 by the card. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Love out of the shotgun. Tailback beside him is Chris Brooks. Brooks a little stronger on the pass blocking. Deep dime here from the Bears. Back to pass. There's a little dump pass. Going to the left side. Empty zone there. Nice catch and run. And just a yard short. Pick up a 10 for Jaden Reed. It's 4th and 1 at the Chicago 34. And Coach Scott Mueller wastes no time. He is going for it on 4th and 1. 2 tight end set. So nothing new there. 4-3 from the Bears. Here's a key on the quarterback. Flat pass to the left flat. And no good, incomplete. No good. That was on Jordan Love's card. Everything is incomplete on that wrong column except the 11. Interception split roll. He avoids that, but a turnover nonetheless on downs as the opening drive of the game stalls and the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 34. 10-play drive, 3 first downs. Comes up empty. So the Bears now come out 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback is DeAndre Swift. First down flat pass. This goes to his tight end, Cole Kmet. No good, incomplete. Got the interception split roll on the defensive card. Very low odds. Missed it. 2nd and 10. Back to pass, and here comes the blitz, and got him. Sack on the play. Javon Bullard. Caleb Williams goes down, a loss of 10. He was trying to get to Rome Odunze, and there was some double-team attention there from Coach Scott Mueller of the Packers. And that forced Caleb to hold the ball a little longer, and down he goes. It's 3rd and 20. On 3rd down, here's a pitch out to the tailback, and he's brought down right away. DeAndre Swift can't get anything. Ingabari on the tackle, so 4th and 20, Bears punting. Torrey Taylor gets a 42-yard punt, and it's going to be caught, fielded, and run out near midfield. Brought down at the 48 is Jaden Reed. Gain of 14 on the play. I just realized we've got that delay banner up. I'll take that down now. Apologies. First and 10, Green Bay from their 48-yard line. Here's a run up the middle, and Josh Jacobs pounds ahead for 6 yards. That's his 5th carry in the game. Jacobs comes into the game 10th in rushing yards in the USFFL with just under 900. I think it was 863. Here's another run right up the middle to him, and he pounds forward again. Good yardage, and he's got the first down and more. 7-yard pickup for Jacobs. Now at the Bears' 39-yard line. Still scoreless, midway first quarter. First down, Love back to pass. Scans the field, looks short. It's going to Ben Sims. He's got the catch and a first down. Gain of 11 on the play. So a new set of downs. Still 2 tight ends. Safety shows blitz. Here's another handoff off tackle. And just a couple. Looks like 3 yards there for Josh Jacobs. 2nd and 7. Here's a flat pass. This one's going to go to complete, and it was Jaden Reed, his 2nd catch. That was for 7 yards. It's another first down as the Packers now enter the red zone. Bears safety again up close. Byard showing blitz. So Coach Mike Martin showing defensively that safety is going to be active all day. Here's an off-tackle run, Josh Jacobs, and that's going nowhere. Defensive tackle, Gervin Dexter Sr., good enough to stand up to the 4 on the white die and force a 2nd and 10. Again, Byard up close to the line of scrimmage. He'll show blitz. And here's a pitch out. This goes to Jacobs around the edge, and he's brought down right away. There is a penalty, however. And the Bears were offsides defensively. Coach Mueller will accept that, and it's 2nd down and 5 from the 13-yard line. So the flats are still in play. Jacobs is out. It's Emmanuel Wilson at tailback right now. Single setback again. Still waiting on the ultimate play call here from Coach Mueller, and here it comes. Defense crashing in for the run, but it's a hitch. Empty zone going to Romeo Dobbs. So good opportunity here. Love on his card. Nice catch and run toward the goal line, but not quite there. It'll be 1st and goal. Jordan Love hits Romeo Dobbs, gain of 10. And it's 1st and goal, Packers at the 3. Here comes the full house set. Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson both on the field. Here's an inside run. Jacobs on his card, and he's stuffed. TJ Edwards knifing through to bring him down. And it'll be 2nd and goal at the 3. Crashing on the run. Fake, back to pass. Looking short, and Love has got his man. Touchdown to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. 3-yard touchdown hookup. Love to Kraft. And at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, the Green Bay Packers draw first blood and lead here in Chicago 6-0. Extra point from McManus is good. The Packers are up 7-0 on the Bears. And a touchback on the ensuing kick. Bears will begin from their 30. Three wide receivers out on the field for the Bears here. And on 1st and 10, the pack will operate out of the nickel. Handoff inside. This goes to DeAndre Swift, and good yardage up the middle for a first down. Pick up a 13 on the play. I mentioned the Packers were in a nickel. And I believe it was that nickel on 1st and 10 that was the difference. It was a 3-yard gain with a couple of boxes to add 10 yards. So Bears with the first down. Back to pass, Caleb Williams. Caleb's looking deep, and he's forced to scramble, runs with it, and can't get much at all. In fact, brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a sack. It's Kenny Clark that brought him down. 2nd down and 10. Caleb Williams out of the pistol, still 3 wide receivers. He's got DeAndre Swift beside him. The snap, Williams back to pass, scans the field, looks short. He's going Keenan Allen, catch. First down yardage into Green Bay territory, brought down at the 42-yard line by Carrington Valentine. That was a defender. Xer 15 and a 6 on the white die. Keenan Allen moves the sticks. Williams back to pass again. Protection looks good, looking deep. And there's going to be a foul. Penalty on the play. Dead ball. He was looking deep. But a dead ball penalty. 1st and 15 now back to the 47-yard line. There's a flat pass left side. Rome Odunze. Linebacker stayed home for the Packers. Caleb Williams on his car gets a yak opportunity for Odunze and a decent roll. But again, an offensive penalty. Offsides again, back him up 5 more yards. And the Bears are now 1st and 20, back on their own side of the field at their own 48. So penalties getting in the way of this drive. 3 wide receivers out of the pistol. Caleb Williams, the snap, little look-in pass over the middle to his tailback, DeAndre Swift. Receiver opportunity, and Swift with a good catch and run. That's good for 8. And that'll make 2nd and 12 at the Green Bay 44. Again, out of the pistol. Here's a handoff. This goes to DeAndre Swift, and he gets just a couple. Gain of 3. 3 wide receivers on the field. Move that one to the right column. 3rd down and 9. That's the end of the first quarter in Chicago. Bears at home in a battle with the Packers for the NFC North lead. And it's 7-0 Packers. And inexplicably here on 3rd and 9, the Bears seem to have probably accidentally chosen a punt formation. All right, not sure what's going on here. If the coach maybe thinks it's yeah, Mike thought it was 4th. Happens to the best of us. So we're going to, I assume, that's got to be worth a timeout. And in a very gentlemanly move, the Green Bay Packers coach has called timeout for the Bears. Class act. So we're back and ready to go. Big 3rd and 9 play here for the Bears. 3 wide receivers, nickel defense. Back to pass. Here's a quick look in over the middle. Rome Odunze on 3rd and 9. Ooh, 6 on the white die. Gets us to the receiver card. It looked like a 5-yard catch and run. Not enough for a first down, and Odunze fumbles it. It's on the ground. It's loose. Let's see what happens. And the Packers recover. So a big turnover there. Rome Odunze on 3rd and 9. Got about a 5-yard reception, but coughed it up on the tackle. And Eric Wilson scooped it up. Packers take over at their own 36-yard line. Here's a first down run. Josh Jacobs, and around the left side he goes. Off tackle for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Jacobs now in double digits, 10 carries for 34 yards. Packers still on top 7-0. Emmanuel Wilson, the tailback here. Defense looks run, but it's a look-in pass. Jaden Reed again, and no good and complete. That one hit the interception split roll on the defensive card of the Bears. Only a snake eyes or double sixes would have been a pick. So incomplete. 3rd down and 7 now for Green Bay. Packers have 7 first downs. On 3rd down, they are 1 of 2. Safety up close, showing blitz out of the nickel. And here's a draw up the middle. Emmanuel Wilson, and it looks like he's got some space, and that might go for a first down. He breaks through, and it does. Big run for Emmanuel Wilson on 3rd and 7 as he pops a short gain on the defensive card, and there are boxes behind it. That's a 21-yard run for Emmanuel Wilson to the Chicago 40. So big run there. Love back to pass. Looks short. He's got Ben Sims. Another catch for him. First down yardage inside the 30 and brought down at the 28. Jalen Johnson on the tackle. So up 7-0. The Packers are again in field goal range. 1st and 10. 2 tight ends set. Wilson remains in as the tailback. Safety's blitzing. It's a screen out here to the tailback and no good, incomplete. Caught the defense looking run, but defensive card, one man. Couldn't get it. Bears left the linebackers home, so 2nd down and 10. Love so far, 8 of 11. Here's another quick look-in pass from him to Jaden Reed, and no good, incomplete again. Love that time. Couldn't find it in his right column. And it's 3rd and 10. They're at the Chicago 28-yard line. From right there, Green Bay's field goal is 2 through 8, 11, and 12. And the same if they took a sack, so not really any variable risk either. Although they do get a little improvement if they can get down to that 22. 3 wide receivers out of the shotgun. Love. Back to pass. Here's a little flat and 2 men in the zone. Incomplete. Nice call there by the defensive coach, Mike Martin, and it's 4th and 10 at the 28. It's going to set up a 45-yard field goal attempt from McManus. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. And Brandon McManus splits those uprights at the 11:24 mark of quarter number 2. Packers extend their lead in Chicago. They're up 10-0 on the Bears. Nice kick return there. Tyler Scott. Bears get out to the 28. They'll begin right there. And Chicago again comes out with 3 wide receivers. For now, Caleb Williams under center. Here's a handoff. Off tackle, left side. This goes to DeAndre Swift. And Swift on his car is going to pick up 3 yards. Second down and 7. DeAndre Swift has one of those cards. I'm looking here, for example, off tackle wrong. On the extremes, you've got long gain and plus 56, but everything in between that, 2, 3, 5. So kind of hit or miss card there on his off tackle wrong. Second and 7. Packers staying in a nickel. And once again, a handoff off tackle. This time we go to the right side. DeAndre Swift. To the defensive card we go, and Swift pounds forward for 5 yards. 5 on the white die, good enough to beat the defensive tackle, Kenny Clark. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And the Bears will get that extra receiver off the field. We're now in a 2 tight end set. Here's an inside run handoff on 3rd and 2. Packers guess pass. We went to the defensive card, and Swift gets just enough. Needed 2, got 3. Move the sticks. Bears now 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Back to a 3 wide receiver set again here. Flat pass, right side. This one's going to DJ Moore. And Moore gets himself a receiver opportunity and a 7-yard pickup. 6 on the white die took us to the 0-man column. So it could have been much worse for the defense. Receiver is the result. DJ Moore goes for 7 on his right column. And he's a good flat pass card there. 2nd down and 3. Off tackle run. DeAndre Swift. Packers guest run. Goes to Swift's card, and he still gets 3 yards, but a penalty. And that's going to be an offensive penalty. Back him up 5 yards. 2nd down and 8 now. Chicago from their 41. 4th penalty on the Bears now of 5 yards in this game. 3 wide receiver set. Back to pass. Looking short. It's a catch, but a penalty, and it's holding. So Caleb Williams had a 1st down catch to his tailback, DeAndre Swift, but a holding penalty backs them up again. 2nd and 18 now, back at their 31. Williams now out of the pistol. The snap, he's back to pass. Williams looks deep. Going to his tight end commit, and no good. Couldn't get him. Caleb Williams, definitely not the best long pass right card. So 3rd down and 18. And the Green Bay Packers are going to drop themselves into a deep 3-2-6 dime. The snap. Williams back to pass. Scans the field, looks short. Keenan Allen got the catch, but he's going to be brought down well short of the 1st down. Pick up a 12, but it's 4th and 6. Bears from their 43, they're going to punt. And the Packers, already up 10-0, are going to get the ball back. There's a punt of 51 yards down to the 6-yard line, brought there by Jaden Reed, and a 10-yard return. Packers will begin at their 16-yard line. Exactly halfway through the 2nd quarter here in Chicago. Home fans getting restless. Bears trail 10-0. Packers with the ball. This drive begins at the 16. Bears looking run. It's a deep ball. That's going to Dobbs, and no good, incomplete. Boy, they had 0 men back there. Did the Bears in the long pass zone and called run. They were doubling flats. Great opportunity there for the Packers, but Jordan Love, who does have a good long pass card in that wrong column, couldn't get it. 2nd and 10. Here's an inside handoff run for Chris Brooks, and he's going to move forward for 5 yards. Right tackle Gervin Dexter couldn't stand up to a 5 on the white die, and it's 3rd down and 5. Safety Byard up close, showing blitz out of the nickel. Packers have 3 wide receivers on the field. Tailback is Emmanuel Wilson. We've seen about as much of him as we have Josh Jacobs. Back to pass, looking short and no good, incomplete. Trying to get to Romeo Dobbs. Defense guessed run on that play. So Jordan Love had it on his wrong column, but just couldn't find it. And the Packers are going to be forced to punt from their 21. Daniel Whelan, 45-yard boot back to the 34 of Chicago. Under it there for the Bears is DeAndre Carter, and he gets just a couple yards, brought down quickly. And the Bears, with 6 minutes left before halftime, begin from their own 36-yard line. And they'll come out in a 3-wide receiver formation again. Williams back to pass, looking short, and he's got his receiver doubled up, and it's no good. Extra linebacker was hanging on to DJ Moore on that one. 2nd and 10. So nice call there from Coach Mueller. Here's an inside handoff to DeAndre Swift, and he's got just 3 yards on that one. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Caleb Williams will stay under center, still with his 3 wide receivers. Packers in a nickel. There's a flat pass. This goes to Roma Dunze. He's also doubled. Great call there by Coach Mueller, and they break it up. So the defensive secondary coach was all over that series, and it's a quick 3 and out. The Bears are going to punt it back to the Packers. 4th and 7 from their 39. Troy Taylor. There's a 49-yard punt back to the 12. And Jaden Reed with another good roll and another return of 10 yards. Jaden Reed has quite a few fair catches, but just hasn't been rolling them. So 1st and 10, Packers will begin from their 22. Here's a 1st down button hook. This goes to the tailback, Wilson, and no good, incomplete. Wilson had a chance to get that in his wrong column on his own card. 7 on the die. Failed him, 2nd and 10. Love passing just 50% now, 8 of 16. I believe he was 8 of 11, if I'm right. That means 5 consecutive incompletions now. Byard up close, shows blitz as always for the Bears. Coach Martin with a very active safety. He's now doubling Dobbs with him, but it's a button hook right back to the tailback again, and Wilson's got the catch. And a pickup of 6. So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 4. Green Bay from their 28. Green Bay's outgained Chicago 135 to 67. Back to pass. Loves looks short, and he's got his man. 1st down catch. Ben Sims again. His 3rd catch. He's got 37 yards receiving here in the 1st half, and the Packers are out to their 42-yard line. Clock runs down to 3 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Packers still have 2 timeouts, the only one taken previously. A goodwill timeout for his opponent. Here's a run up the middle, and Emmanuel Wilson shakes a linebacker and is into the secondary. That's a nice pickup. 13 yards for him there. Brought down by Byard, his 2nd tackle. But the Packers are now across midfield at the Chicago 45-yard line. Two tight ends set now. Bears coach acknowledging, let me know if you need a timeout. The goodwill in this division extending across both sidelines. Still 1st and 10. And it's a run. Off tackle to Emmanuel Wilson. And that's going to go to the defensive card, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss. Linebacker in zone, Jack Sanborn stuffed the hole. The tackle was eventually made by Andrew Billings. 2-yard loss. It's 2nd and 12, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 12 at the Chicago 47. Still 2 tight ends. Wilson, the tailback, yet again. Safety up close, shows blitz. That's fired. And it's an inside handoff. Emmanuel Wilson, yet again. And Wilson going to be brought down fairly quickly by Tremaine Edmonds. Pickup of a couple. It's 3rd and 10 at the 45. Let's see if either team elects to take a timeout here. And they do not. Clock keeps running. Now 90 seconds left in the first half. 3rd and 10. Packers from the Bears' 45-yard line. Love out of the shotgun. Once again, he's got Emmanuel Wilson beside him. Wilson has a 2 pass block rating. Bears don't have any blitzers that are stars, but they've got some good end blitzers. Montez Sweat and DeMarcus Walker. Back to pass. Love looks short and a double-teamed receiver and incomplete. Great call there by defensive coach Mike Martin as safety Kevin Byard was all over Tucker Kraft in the clutch moment, and it makes it 4th and 10. The Packers are punting it. And they're going to angle it out. That goes out of bounds at the 8-yard line. So the Bears with a big stand there right as the Packers were approaching field goal range. It's still just 10-0. Bears now from their own 8-yard line. Only 1:15 remains here in the first half. So we'll see how aggressive they want to play it. It looks like they're signaling conservative because they're coming out in a tight end formation. The receiver is Keenan Allen. He's out to the right. Here's an off-tackle handoff. This one goes to DeAndre Swift. On the right side, defensive card. He's going to pick up just a yard. And we might just see him let that clock run, and he does. Clock winding down to 45 seconds remaining. 2nd and 9. Bears from their 9. Still in a tight end set here. Flat pass screen, left side. This is going to the tailback. DeAndre Swift, so maybe looking to catch a little luck there. And that's going to be a catch and run, but just 6 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and 3. Tackled inbounds by Eric Wilson. And both teams still let that clock just keep winding. We're now down to 15 seconds left here before halftime. Bears staring at a 3rd and 3 at their 15. Here's a line buck. There is a penalty, however, and a false start on the Bears. So yet another penalty for the Chicago Bears. That's their 6th penalty of the first half. Just 1 for the Green Bay Packers. Here's an inside run. And Travis Homer, a rare carry. And the Packers burn a timeout. They'll stop the clock with 8 seconds left. So they're going to make the Bears at least punt it away. 4th and 4 from their 14. Packers might just be looking to blitz that punter. And he does get the punt away. Sails across the midfield stripe and fielded at the 37-yard line. Fair catch there for Jaden Reed. Time has run out. So we've reached halftime here in Chicago. 8-1 Bears, 8-1 Packers. You know how there can be a glitch sometimes in a broadcast when you're the one that connected to the game and you're not the original launch? Well, there's a magic 1 second back on the clock. So We have one more play left here. Green Bay with 1 second on the clock. 1st and 10 from their 37. They're going to go in a 2 tight end set. Bears, obviously. Deep dime. Jordan Love takes a knee, and we have our non-climactic end of the first half. Halftime score, 10-0. Packers on the road ahead against the Bears. Bears have been outgained in this one, 161-78. Bears have just 3 first downs. And I think if you're the Chicago Bears and Mike Martin, getting just 3 first downs in the first half, I think you'll take that if you can still be down just 10-0. Mike Martin's Bears, among the better scoring defenses in the league, allows just 10 here in the first half. Just needs the offense to pitch in. Here's a kick return to open the second half, and a good one by DeAndre Carter. 33-yard return, and the Bears will begin the second half with their first possession from their own 34. They'll come out in a 2 tight end set. Williams back to pass. Caleb Williams scans the field, looks short. That's going to go to DJ Moore, and Moore's got the catch and a first down. Pick up a 12 on the play. Bears are out to the 46. Caleb Williams is 7 of 11 for 65 yards. Now back to their traditional 3 wide receiver formation. Here's a quick slant over the middle. Tight end Cole Kmet, and that's going to be incomplete. Kmet had linebacker in zone, extra short gain. Every linebacker on Green Bay is a 4. But the Bears and Coach Mark Martin did the Packers a favor and dropped that 4. Linebacker was able to break it up. Quay Walker. So 2nd down and 10. Williams now out of the pistol. Back to pass, and he's got himself a screen right side to his tailback, and that's caught. Swift on a little run there. He's brought down for a gain of 7, and that'll set up a more manageable 3rd down and 3. Bears now across midfield at the Green Bay 47-yard line. Big 3rd down. Here's an off-tackle run. DeAndre Swift. Packers were looking run, so Swift on his own card is going to lose a yard. Nice call there. It wouldn't have been a first down no matter what because you get that dreaded 5 roll, but it is a -1 here. 4th and 4, and the Bears are going for it. They're at the Green Bay 48. 3 wide receivers are on the field. One tailback is Swift. Here's a screen, left side. This one's going to DeAndre Swift. Out of the backfield, Swift has the catch. 1st down and more. Inside the 40, inside the 30, and finally brought down at the 25-yard line. 4th catch of the game for 44 yards total. DeAndre Swift, and he's got the Bears now 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the field. Opening drive of the second half. Williams back to pass. Williams looking deep. To the defensive card we go. He's going for Odunze in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. A 6 on the white die, and Rome Odunze. Too good for Evan Williams. And the Bears are on the scoreboard quickly here in the second half. Extra point, Cairo Santos is up, and it is good. There is a penalty. And Green Bay was caught running into the kicker. So the extra point counts. It'll be part of the kick return for that yardage. 10-7 now. And a touchback. The Packers will begin their first drive of the second half at their own 20-yard line. And a much closer game now. They're only up 10-7. That drive for the Bears, 6 plays, 66 yards, 3 first downs, and a touchdown Caleb Williams to Roma Dunze, 10-7 now. Here's back to pass, Love. He's looking deep, going to his tight end, Tucker Kraft, and no good, incomplete. Receiver was the result. Of note on that play is that receiver result, incomplete on Tucker Kraft, it was the crosshair. Had the safety been blitzing Byard like he does most of this game so far, that would have been a long game. So 2nd and 10, 2 tight ends. Safety is showing blitz now for the Bears. He's up close, flat pass. This one goes to Jaden Reed, and that's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Johnson on the tackle, 3-yard loss on the defensive card. And the crowd starting to get into it. It's 3rd and 13. Packers from their 17-yard line. Packers are 3 of 7 on 3rd downs on the night. Bears just 1 of 7. 3 wide receivers are split out for Jordan Love. He's out of the shotgun. Wilson is beside him. Back to pass. There's a flat. He's going to Jaden Reed. Reed's got the catch. First down across the 30 and all the way up to the 40. Jaden Reed, 6 on the white die, got into the defensive card and a 23-yard pickup. 4 catches, 37 yards for Jaden Reed. Jordan Love goes over 100 yards passing now. 1st and 10, Green Bay from their 40. Back to pass. There's a little look in over the middle. Tailback Jacobs has the catch and a nice little sprint forward for a 10-yard pickup. So Packers quickly up to midfield now, 1st and 10. 2 tight end set. Jacobs the tailback again. Love back to pass. Quick little look in again. Jacobs, same play, almost the same result. Couldn't quite get a first down this time. 10 yards the first time. That play, good for 8. So 2nd and 2 at the Chicago 42-yard line. And here's an off-tackle run. Josh Jacobs, and he's going to get a first down. Not much more. Pick up a 3 yards. 1st and 10 at the 39 of Chicago. Packers in their usual 2 tight end set. Byard stays back on this play at the deep safety position. Bunch of double team on the receivers, but it's an inside run handoff, and just a couple yards there, Josh Jacobs. Jacobs just not having the same success running so far that Wilson has. Jacobs 12 carries, 39 yards, 3.3. 2nd down and 8. Packers at the 37. Just entered the fringe field goal range for McManus. Safety up close shows blitz here for Chicago. And it's an all-out blitz. Back to pass. Looking deep. Gets the pass off. And deep ball. No good. Love tried to hit Christian Watson. The safety stayed back. The all-out blitz was the linebackers. Love got rid of it, however. 3rd and 8 at the 37. There is variable risk here because you can fall out of range, which goes back to the 38. And here comes an inside run draw on 3rd and 8. And that's going to Emmanuel Wilson. He pounds ahead for 5 yards. It's going to be 4th and 3 at the 32. From right here, it's 2 to 8, 11, and 12. And rather than go ahead and take that those odds, Coach Mueller is going to go for it. So 4th and 3 at the Chicago 32. Love back to pass. Defense looks run, but it's a pass short. Romeo Dobbs, no good, incomplete. And a turnover on downs for the Green Bay Packers. 2nd time, I believe, that's happened in this game. A big defensive stand again for the Bears. And yes, 2nd turnover on downs for the Chicago defense. So the Bears begin from their own 32. Back to pass. Looking deep, Caleb Williams, and cannot get his man. Tried to hit Keenan Allen. Deep up the right sideline. Couldn't get it there. 2nd and 10. 6:36 remains here. 3rd quarter. Packers are up 10-7. Handoff, inside run draw, and nothing doing there. DeAndre Swift. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10. That would have been a 5-yard gain on wrong, but it went to the right column because it was a 1 on the white die while 3 receivers were on the field. So 3rd and 10. Williams now out of the pistol. He's got Swift beside him. He's back to pass. Safety was up close, showing blitz. Going short. This goes to Kmet, and that's going to be caught. First down yardage, Cole Kmet. 6 on the white die. And that was enough to beat the defender, Javon Bullard. And Cole Kmet has the Bears out at the 47-yard line now, 1st down. Flat pass, left side, incomplete. Williams was trying to get DJ Moore out there. Came up blanks on the defensive card. 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol formation. Back to pass. Looking deep. And he's going to Keenan Allen again at the right sideline. And this time, Caleb Williams has got him. Caleb Williams on his long pass right card. Only completions are on a 3 or an 11. He gets the 3. It's a plus 28. Move the sticks. And the Bears are down at the Green Bay 25-yard line. Williams back to pass again. Williams looking deep again. This one's for Rome Odunze. Nobody's back there. Receiver is the result. It's incomplete. Penalty on the field. And it's going to be against the defense, but it's just a 5-yard penalty. Someone on that line was offsides. And it's going to be 1st and 5 Bears at the 20-yard line. There was an injury to Isaiah McDuffie. Here's a flat pass to the tailback. DeAndre Swift, he's got the catch. Good space on the right side. Inside the 10 and down to the 5-yard line. Another 1st down. It is 1st and goal Chicago at the 5-yard line. And they're on the doorstep of taking their first lead of the game. Tight end formation. 8th play of the drive. Packers safety shows blitz. Defense looks run. Williams back to pass. Looks to the end zone. Short to his tight end Everett. And no good. Incomplete. Williams couldn't find it. Second and goal at the 5. 3 wide receivers now split out. Defense looks pass. It's in run. This is going to the quarterback. Caleb Williams trying to get to the edge on his own card, and he's brought down right away, but a penalty on the play, actually. Dead ball foul. Boy, he had a bad roll. That it was a 0. He had a lot of ways to score that touchdown, but it was an offensive penalty. Backing him up 5 yards now. It is 2nd and goal at the 10. Out of the shotgun, back to pass, looking short. That one's going to be another dead ball foul, 5-yard penalty. Boy, the Bears, again, can't get out of their own way with these flags. 2nd and goal at the 15, their 8th penalty of the game. And the Packers, with that, will drop into a nickel defense. 2nd and goal at the 15. Here's an inside run draw, handoff to DeAndre Swift. Swift to the defensive card. He gets a 5-yard gain. That'll set up 3rd and goal at the 10. Not a bad spot to be. You can still flat pass if you wanted to go for that. Again, 10-7 Packers. Bears trying to get the end zone here and take the lead and not settle for a time field goal. 3rd and goal now at the 10. Williams out of the pistol set. He's got DeAndre Swift behind him, and it's a handoff. Swift up the middle. Going to try to get it on the ground. Goes on the defensive card. And DeAndre Swift finds space. And he's got the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift up the middle. It said +7 on the defensive card. But the box came in and gave him the extra boost he needed. Touchdown run of 10 yards, DeAndre Swift. And at the 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, the Chicago Bears and Mike Martin have their first lead of this game, 14-10, ahead of Chicago. And the Bears, after a touchback, will take over at their own 30-yard line. For the Bears, 12 plays, 73 yards, 4 first downs, and a 10-yard touchdown run by Swift. 1st and 10. Here's a flat pass, Jaden Reed, and it's going to be caught. A gain of 11 yards on the play and a personal foul against the defense. So the Bears right back to their funny little yellow flag tricks. And just like that, the Packers cross midfield. Wow, that was quick. 1st and 10 at the Chicago 44. Bears look run. Here's a little look-in pass over the middle and incomplete. Josh Jacobs had a linebacker in zone and so close to springing that short gain. 4 on the white die was not enough. 2nd and 10. Bears safety Byard up close showing blitz again. Packers out of 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Love looks short going to his tight end Kraft and no good. Love kind of struggling since a hot start early in the game. He's currently 15 of 29 for 136. He's facing a 3rd and 10 here at the Bears 44. He's out of the shotgun. Wilson's beside him at tailback. Bears are in a nickel. And on 3rd and 10, they're playing it safe. Inside handoff, that goes to Wilson, and it's going to be 1 yard loss on the play, but a personal foul on the Bears. They're going to extend the drive again, giving up the yellow flags. Bears now 10 penalties, 75 yards. The Packers are 1st and 10 at the 30. Wow, what a big break, and marches them right into field goal range too. Bears defense needs to shake it off here. Here's a button hook over the middle to the tailback Wilson. 2 linebackers in zone. Nice call there for the defense, but that is still going to be a caught ball. That goes to the tailback Wilson, and he's got a 1st down. Pickup of 18 yards on the play. 2 men were in the zone, but the dice didn't cooperate with the defense. And just like that, Packers 1st and 10 at the Bears 12-yard line. Knock it on the door in the red zone here. Safety up close shows blitz. Bears looking run. Back to pass Love. Looks short. This one's going to Ben Sims and no good. Incomplete. Love that time flirting with disaster. Interception split roll from the defensive card. 2 through 4 and 12. Avoids that disaster. It's 2nd and 10. Final minute of the 3rd quarter here in Chicago. Love back to pass on 2nd and 10. Looks short. Going to Jaden Reed, and that's incomplete. Almost picked off. There is a penalty, and guess what? Holding against the defense. 5-yard holding penalty, but instead of 3rd and goal, or 3rd and 10, it's 1st and goal at the 7 on the 11th penalty of the game. 1st and goal, Packers at the 7. They're in a full house set. Pitch out. This goes to Emmanuel Wilson, and he pounds through for 4 yards. 5 on the white die. Beat the linebacker, TJ Edwards. 2nd and goal at the 3. We're now into the 4th quarter. Inside run handoff. Josh Jacobs, and nothing doing. Tackled right away by Jack Sanborn, and it's 3rd and goal at the 3. Again, Bears up 14-10. Packers have got to cross that goal line if they want to take the lead here. 3rd and goal at the 3. Full house set. Wilson and Jacobs in the backfield. Byard, the safety, shows blitz. They guess run. It is. Run. Handoff. Jacobs up the middle. Pounds forward into the end zone. Touchdown Packers. Josh Jacobs gets the +4 on his right column at the right time, and the Packers are back on top. Brandon McManus with the extra point. It's up and good. And with 14:06 remaining in this game, a battle for the NFC North supremacy, the Packers are leading the Bears 17-14. Kick return, Tyler Scott has the Bears out to the 24-yard line, and they'll begin right there. You sort of figure a couple teams running a 8-1 record, both with 8-game win streaks, by the way. It might be a close one. We're in the fourth quarter, and it's been as close as you can get. Packers up by 3. Bears have the ball now from their own 24. They're going to come out 2 tight ends. First down, flat pass. This is going left side. DJ Moore, 6 on the white die, gets us a 0-man opportunity, and it's a pick at the 7 for DJ. Decent gain on first down, 2nd and 3. 3 wide receivers now back on the field. Odunze in the slot. Packers on 2nd and 3 will drop back into a nickel. And we'll see if the Bears want to run right into that with DeAndre Swift. They don't. We got a flat pass. This goes to Odunze. He's doubled. Great call there by Coach Mueller to the defensive card and incomplete. Without the double team, that would have been a receiver result. Odunze might have converted a first down. But a great call there by the defensive coach, like we said, Mueller. And that sets up an opportunity to get his defense off the field. It's 3rd and 3 Bears from their 31. Here's an inside run, handoff. DeAndre Swift going to try to get it on his card, but goes to the defensive card, and he's ahead for a 4-yard pickup. And that's enough to move the sticks. Bears 1st and 10 now from their own 35-yard line. Now back into a 2 tight end set. Gerald Everett out there with Cole Kmet. Caleb Williams back to pass. Williams scans, looks short. He's going for Keenan Allen, and that's no good, incomplete. Allen got a 4 on the white die, and that wasn't enough to beat the defensive back, Kesey and Nixon. So 2nd down and 10. 12 minutes remain in the game. Williams now operates out of the pistol. Got DeAndre Swift beside him. Packers sitting in a nickel. Defense looks pass. Here's an end run. Caleb Williams, quarterback run, goes to his cart, but gets the right column, and it's a loss of 7 on the play, but a defensive penalty. All right, let me correction. That is an offensive penalty and a good one if you're the Bears, because that was going to be a 7-yard loss, Caleb Williams, but it's a dead ball foul. So back the Bears up 5 yards. 2nd and 15 at their own 30. Out of the pistol set. Williams back to pass. Scans the field, looking short. Going for his tight end, Cole Kmet, and no good, incomplete. Williams sliced that right between a couple of completions on his quarterback card in the right column. Bad break there, and it's 3rd and 15 Bears. From their 30, they'll split out 3 wide receivers. And here's a button hook. Tailback DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. They were looking for a yak opportunity, couldn't get it. But a personal foul against the Packers. So the Packers defense was about to get off the field to get the ball back with a lead, but now they've committed a penalty. March the Bears up ahead 15 yards. They've got a new set of downs. They're at their 45-yard line. 3 wide receiver formation, and here comes an inside run handoff on first down. DeAndre Swift. Dice go to the defensive card. Swift gets himself a 5-yard gain. Swift will let 14 runs, 54 yards, a 3.9 average on that 10-yard touchdown run. 8th tackle of the game on that play by Quay Walker. Swift had an opportunity there for a split roll at 15, but couldn't get it. There's a run to him again off tackle, and he's got 3 yards. Credit Coach Mueller. He guessed run on the play. That was the difference there. 3rd and 2 now. Bears from the Green Bay 47. 2 tight end set. Bears thinking run. It's a flat pass. Left side. 1 man in zone. We go to the defensive card. Nothing there. Incomplete. A nice spot on that Green Bay defensive card. And 9:54 shows on the clock. Bears down by 3. They have a 4th and 2 at the Green Bay 47. Coach Mike Martin is going for it. 3 wide receiver formation. 1 halfback is DeAndre Swift. Nickel is what we're going to get from the Packers. Big 4th and 2. Defense looks run. Back to pass. Looking deep. Empty zone. On wrong. That pass is going to be no good. Incomplete. Caleb Williams sliced it right between the receiver and his plus 28 and plus 32. Just missed it. and it's a turnover on downs near midfield. Packers take over at their own 47. Two tight end set for Green Bay. Love back to pass. Love looking deep. That's an empty zone. Love going to his tight end Kraft, and that pass is going to be caught. Tucker Kraft with a deep ball reception from Jordan Love inside the 30, the 20, the 10, and he is gone. Touchdown, Packers. 53-yard TD strike, Jordan Love to Tucker Kraft as the Packers open up a 2-score lead again. Extra point, Brandon McManus is up and good. Penalty on the PAT. And it's against the Packers. So the Bears will take that, I imagine, on the return. No, they're going to make him kick again. Currently a 9-point lead for the Packers, 23-14. Boy, the Bears had a long pass wrong opportunity. Didn't get it. Extra point, McManus is good. 10-point lead, Packers. And then on the first play of the ensuing drive, Jordan Love, deep ball, 53-yard touchdown strike. Admittedly, Love's card is better on long pass wrong than Caleb Williams. Bears take over. They're now down 10 points, 24-14. They'll begin at their own 29. 9 minutes left, fourth quarter. They need 2 scores. Out of the pistol, Caleb Williams. Here's a first down hitch over the middle to DJ Moore. And we go to the defensive card. Nothing doing there but a penalty. And it's on the Green Bay defense. One of the players was in the neutral zone. It's going to be 1st and 5 now. Three wide receivers on the field again. Packers on 1st and 5, sitting the nickel. Handoff inside, run draw, DeAndre Swift, and he's going to get 5 yards. That's enough to move the chains. Clock winding down. Just over 8 minutes left in this one. Bears now from their 39-yard line. Flat pass, right side to the tight end, Cole Kmet. Linebacker stayed home, and that's going to be no good, incomplete. Caleb Williams found a soft spot on his right column, 2nd and 10. Here's the snap, back to pass, Caleb Williams. Williams looking short. Too much pressure, scrambling, forced to dump it off. We're in the flat now. Tailback, DeAndre Swift. Nice yak opportunity. Set up for DeAndre Swift, but a bad roll from there. And Swift is incomplete. So look-in pass got converted to incompletion there on that dump-off. 3rd and 10 now for the Bears. Back to pass. Williams looks short. Receivers doubled. Goes to Odunze. Catch made. And a first down. Nice break there in the clutch. That'll get the Bears out to midfield. Now from the 50-yard line. 6:54 remaining on the clock and counting down. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. Here's a quick flat pass, right side, going to the tailback, DeAndre Swift. That gets to the defensive card, and that's going to be caught. Swift ahead, and nice yardage down to the 41-yard line of Green Bay. Pick up a 9. DeAndre Swift, dangerous out of the backfield, plus a 9 on that on right. 2nd and 1. Here's a handoff off tackle. DeAndre Swift, he plows ahead for 3 yards. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 again. Now at the Green Bay 38. Clock now under 6 minutes remaining. 5:42 and counting. From the pistol set, Williams back to pass. Looks short. And that's going to be a dead ball foul. Wipe that play away. It's, again, 5 yards marked off against the Bears offense. Their 13th penalty of the game for 90 yards. So 1st and 15. Williams back to pass. Looks short. This one's going to his tight end. That's caught. Cole Kmet. He got 10 yards. So only the penalty yardage remains. It's 2nd and 5 at the Green Bay 33. Even a field goal cutting it to 7 keeps this game alive. They just got to get points here. And the quicker, the better. Back to pass. There's a quick hitch over the middle. DJ Moore. Williams on his card and no good, incomplete. And we're going to have a 3rd down and 5 at the 33. Bears at the 33. Field goal attempt would be 2 to 8 and 12. Range goes back to the 37. So there's certainly some risk on a sack. 3rd and 5. Off tackle. Handoff. DeAndre Swift going to try to get it on the ground. To the defensive card we go. And nothing doing. 4 on the white die. Tackle stops at 4th and 5 from the 33. A 50-yard field goal to cut it to a 7-point game. Cairo Santos sizes it up. The kick is up. And it's right through. Cairo in the clutch. And the Bears cut it to a 7-point game, 24 to 17. 4:12 remains on the clock. We have a touchback, and the Packers will begin from their own 30. They're up 24 to 17. And the Packers come out, and they show 3 wide receivers on the field. Tailback is Josh Jacobs. 4-2-5 shown here from the defense. So little eye candy, flat pass, left side goes to Jaden Reed. He is doubled to the defensive card. It goes and incomplete. A dangerous pass there. Nice call, Coach Mike Martin, as he had the right receiver double teamed. Had 2 men in zone. It went to the defensive card. Rolled an 11 instead of the 3. Loss of 3, though, on the forced negative yardage completion. So 2nd and 13 at the 27-yard line for Green Bay. Good drive starter for the Bears defense. Here's a look-in pass. Empty zone on that one. That's caught. There's a 9-yard gain. Penalty on the play. And it is a personal foul against Chicago. And that gets the Packers all the way up near midfield. 1st and 10, actually across midfield at the 49-yard line of Chicago. Deadly penalty. Clock winding down near 3 minutes. 3:18 and counting. Inside handoff. This goes to Emmanuel Wilson, and he's got good space and plows forward for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 at the Bears 42. Of note, just 4 yards away from 2 through 8, 11, and 12 field goal range, and a field goal makes it a 2-score game, so the Bears need to knuckle up right here. 2 tight end set for the Packers. Bears out of a 4-3, flat pass. This goes to the right side, Ben Sims, and that's going to be caught by Sims. And he's got a 1st down and big yardage up the left sideline. That's going to be a pickup of 16 yards on the play. 6 on the white die. Took us to the 0-man column. And a big conversion as the Bears will burn their first timeout. Stopping the clock at 2:24. So the Bears still have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. But the Packers are 1st and 10 at the 26 already in good field goal range. 2 tight end set. Once the Packers are at the 22, it's a 2 through 10 field goal opportunity. Here's an off tackle, Emmanuel Wilson, and it's going to be a dead ball foul. Neutral zone infraction against the Bears. Just what they didn't need. Bears committing their 15th penalty, making it a 1st and 5 for the Packers. And here's an inside run out of the full house and nothing doing. Emmanuel Wilson Rolled the 5 on his card. The key was on Josh Jacobs, so he had his wrong column. Just a bad dice break. 2nd and 5 Packers. And the Bears burn their second timeout. Stops the clock with 2:06, just on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. Second down and 5. Here's a quick slant over the middle. Ben Sims, he's got the catch, moves forward toward the first down. He got it, but it is a holding penalty against the Packers. So that gets us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 15 Packers now back at the Chicago 31. Bears just 1 timeout remaining. 3 wide receivers split out here for the Packers. 4-2-5 defense. You got to get that safety into the look in. You can't leave that empty here. And that would signal you're leaving the long pass zone open. He covers the look in. It's an inside handoff. Emmanuel Wilson, and he's going to get just 3 yards, but another holding penalty against the offense. That's big as it marches the Packers out of field goal range. 2nd and 25 now at the Bears' 41-yard line. The problem for the Bears is if they run the ball twice, he can only stop the clock once. Here's an inside run handoff, Emmanuel Wilson, and Wilson's going to get 6 yards down to the 35, sets up 3rd and 19, and the Bears take their last timeout. So we're probably going to see one more run play and then a field goal attempt by McManus that, if he hits it, should seal the game. And if he misses it, the Bears will have roughly a minute left to drive with no timeouts for a tying touchdown. 3 wide receivers split out here for Green Bay on 3rd and 19, and indeed, it's a handoff up the middle, Emmanuel Wilson, and he's going to plow for 6 yards, and that makes it 4th and 13 at the 29. Clock runs down, 1 minute left. Here comes the field goal attempt. 2 through 8, 11 and 12 to extend to a 2-score lead again and seal the victory. McManus sizes it up. Here comes the snap. Here's the kick, and it is just good. Sneaks in through the uprights. Rolled an 8, 9 and 10 were no good, but the Packers do extend to a 27-17 lead of 10 points. And that should pretty much do it. Nice kick return there from DeAndre Carter. Gets the Bears all the way out to the 39-yard line. But they only have 45 seconds and no timeouts. And the Bears begin with a hitch over the middle, attacking an empty zone there. This goes to DJ Moore. Receiver is the result, and Moore's got himself a 9-yard pickup. Bears now up near midfield. Clock runs down to 22 seconds left on the clock. Caleb Williams, again, out of the pistol. Back to pass, short and no good, incomplete, almost picked off. Williams was looking at Rome Odunze on that one. Third and 1 Bears, just 15 seconds remain. Back to pass, and now running around the end is going to be Caleb Williams, and that's going to go nowhere. He's going to lose a couple yards. That might just be the end of the game. And indeed, the clock has run out here in Chicago. The Green Bay Packers are on a 9-game winning streak by bringing an end to the 8-game winning streak of the Bears. as the Packers assumed the lead in the NFC North with a 27-17 win over the Chicago Bears. The Packers led much of the way in this one. We're up 10-0 when we reached intermission. Bears got 14 points in the third quarter to surge ahead 14-10, but the Packers in the fourth quarter that put up 17 points and roared coming from behind and sealed the victory here to take over first place in the NFC North. We'll keep an eye and see if either of the coaches show up for a post game. And doesn't look like it. Scott says he can't make it tonight. I don't think I've seen Mike out there before. We'll keep an eye just in case. Let's go ahead and take a look at the post-game stats before we sign off on this one. Final score, 27-17. Packers beat Chicago. Packers outgained them 338-282 in this game. 22 first downs to 15. So the Bears had 3 first downs, I think, at halftime, so they got a lot of that done in the second half. Jordan Love was 20 of 35 for 229. A couple of touchdowns and a 96 rating. Caleb Williams, 18 of 35. 1 touchdown and an 81 rating. Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson combined for 26 carries and 105 yards. So a lot of grinded out yardage, basically. Same thing, DeAndre Swift, 18 for 65. Nobody had 100 yards receiving. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and sign off here. We've got another game coming up tomorrow night. I don't know if it's going to be broadcast, but I am thinking it's possible we have a broadcast for you tomorrow night. AFC action, as the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 8-1, will be traveling to the Great Northeast to face the Buffalo Bills, who are 9-1. Stay tuned for details, as we might be bringing you that game live tomorrow night as the USFFL marches on here in Week 11. Signing off for tonight, fellas. Thank you.